Today we're going to be looking at the EG1C from DI Optical. Here is the red dot itself. Let's do a quick look over of it. You have your windage and your elevation here on the one side, and then your other, you have your dial. We'll look a little more into that a little bit later. Now let's go and take a look at the optic itself. Now, first off, when you look at this, it is a fairly large optic. It's more of a type of like an EOTech style red dot. It's not like your micro red dots that you're seeing a lot of, so it's a little bit different, and which I like. It is made of a 6061 aluminum, and it is a very rugged red dot. We've done a lot of tests on this. We've ran it on a couple different rifles, which we'll go over here in a little bit as well, and it has performed flawlessly. It's been in the snow, rain, it's been in water. You can submerge this up to 10 feet, and we've had no issues with water getting in or leaking. You have your mount here. It is a quick detach mount. You can put it on hand tight and you'll have no issues. That's what we've been doing always. It's just hand tight, and then for that you can just twist it right off real quick and switch it to another gun. One of my favorite parts about this is it has a square bolt here. A lot of optics have a round one because of the screw, and then with a gun, let's pull this one out here. This is our RF85 rifle that we've been testing from Anderson Manufacturing. When you go to put this on the rail, when you have a round one, it likes to either seat to the back or the front. But this one, there is no front or back give. I can't go front or back. So once you put that rifle on the Picatinny rail, or that red dot on the Picatinny rail, you're not going to have any front and back movement. So when you put it on there, it's going to be in the same location. Some of the other red dots that we've used, some of the cheaper ones you have, there is a lot of movement in between the rail itself. So when you put it on, you can move it front and you can move it back. This one does not have that. We've been doing a lot of testing of this optic on our Anderson Manufacturing RF85 rifle, and it has been doing great on that rifle. And we've also been doing a lot of testing on our 300 Blackout as well. So this optic does get changed from rifle to rifle quite often, and we've had no problems with zeroing. We've changed this from the Ares project to the RF85 about 6 times now, and from the first time that we zeroed it in, we haven't had to make any adjustments as long as we put it in the same location that we did, which we have marked on the Picatinny rail. This optic has a lens diameter of 30 millimeters, which is really nice and really large, so you have a much bigger field of view. It's nice compared to a lot of the other optics on the market now that are a lot smaller. This one you can see down your optic a lot better and see your targets easier and get back on target a lot quicker. With these sun visors on, it makes it about a 28 millimeter diameter, but if you don't like those, you can remove those. I'm not going to do that now because it is a little bit annoying to get those back in. They are just rubber, so you can just pull those off and remove those quite easily and then put them back on if you want to. But I like them because they do their job really well and they do block the sun glare. Let's go ahead and look at the red dot on this. Now, first thing you see at it, it's not just a dot. It's got the dot in a circle. It is a 2 MOA dot in the middle and then a 65 MOA circle around it. So again, it has that EOTech look to it, which I really like. I find that it's a lot easier to find my target, and I feel like I'm a little more accurate with this type of red dot. This is virtually parallax free, which is something you always want to look for when you're looking for a really nice red dot. So this has that basically parallax free. They don't say it's parallax free because I don't think there's any red dots that really are 100% parallax free, but that's nice that they put on their website. It's virtually parallax free. So it's pretty close to 100%. It's about as close as possible that I've found on a red dot. Now, this is a prism style sight. So if you have astigmatism, you are not going to have as much of a flare on the red dot. Actually, kind of like what it's doing right now. It's not wanting to focus. I do not have astigmatism, so I don't know how that looks. Difference-wise, I don't know if this makes a huge difference. If you have astigmatism or you use this, let me know in the comments if it's made a huge difference for you. But that's mentioned that it is a type of style that it should help people with astigmatisms. Now, for your brightness adjuster, it is very large. They make it this way, so if you have gloved hands, it's easily accessible and easily to manipulate, which it is because I was out today with my gloves shooting because it is about -2 out, and I had no issues switching on and off my red dot. A lot of the optics that come, they're very small and compact. They want to keep a slim size, but since it's so large already, it's nice that they just kept with a large dot, so it's easily accessible and you can grab it quick and easy and not have an issue with it. It has a very a telling click, so when you do go to that next one, you know it. So it's a very stiff click, I should say, so it goes and locks right in the spot. So that's kind of nice on that. This optic has 15 different settings. It's got 11 daylight brightness settings and then 4 night vision settings. And yes, that's correct, I said night vision. This has night vision capabilities. I have not gotten any chance to mess around with it or use it because I don't have a night vision setup yet. But it's really cool to know that you have that option to use night vision if you have it. Eventually I will run that and I will get a chance to test it out and see how that works. But that's pretty cool to know that you have that option. The mount here is a very simple mount. It comes with the optic, and then to take it off if you don't want it, it's very simple. You just take the Allen wrench that is given to you in the box, and then you take off those 2 bolts and you can remove the optic from the mount itself. But I really like the mount that I was given, and it has a good height to it, and the fact that it's basically a quick detach. It's not a quick detach in the sense that you can just pull a lever and pull it off, but in the sense that you can hand tighten this, have no issues with wiggle, and then you can just hand tighten it off, and then, or hand loosen it off, and then put it right back on your other optic and hand tighten it. So if you have a failure with this, you're not gonna have an issue trying to get it off real quick to get to your backup sites. So that is nice that it comes with an optic that is accessible for that. Plus, if you want to tighten this optic more than hand tight, and if you're going to leave it on a rifle for a long period of time, you can use the tool that was given to you as well to do your windage and elevation. You can use that right here in the crevices that are on the dial, and you can tighten this down very tight onto your rifle, and it shouldn't be going anywhere anytime soon. As for the battery, it comes behind this cap here. It is very easily accessible, and you have 5,000 plus hours of battery life on this, and you can get these batteries pretty much anywhere. Just today I was out in the snow shooting, and I laid this in the snow for about 20 minutes while I was shooting my handgun, and I had it in the cold for about 2 hours. I just really wanted to see how well this optic would handle in those kind of environment, and it handled greatly. It didn't have any fogging, no moisture, and it didn't leave me stranded at all. It was still working at the end of the day. So it was just really nice to see that it handled that environment really well. I don't shoot a ton in cold weather like this, so it's nice to know that if I get into weather like this, it's gonna handle and do its job how it's supposed to. Something they did with this optic was they went away from the norm with this. It definitely doesn't look like a lot of optics that are on the market right now, which is something I like, because if you're someone that likes something a little bit different and being unique, like this gun, it's pretty obnoxious. And it just sticks out and it looks different. I like that. It's not your normal optic, and they went a different route, and I think they did really well with it and making it look cool. The first thing a lot of people notice when they look at this gun or see pictures of it, they ask about the optic because it's just something a lot different than what they see. And like I said throughout the review, this isn't just for looks. This is definitely a very stable, sturdy, and reliable optic. If this is something you guys would be interested for your guys' rifle, make sure you guys check out DI Optical. A link to their website is going to be in the description below. If this really isn't a style that you guys are into, still check them out because they do have different styles of optics on their website. This is on our hardened arms upper receiver right now. This is the Crucible upper. We're doing a lot of testing of this so far. We got a little more testing to do before we get a review out to you guys, but this has been a really fun upper so far, and it's got this heat shield and everything, so stay tuned for that as well. Make sure you guys check out our sponsor, USA Gun Bunker. He's the one that did the Cerakote on the Ares project. This is our 300 blackout build. Make sure you guys check him out. A link to his website will be in the description too. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram at tactical_advisor. We do a lot more posting on what we do and our builds that we make. And usually Instagram sees what we're doing first, so make sure you guys follow us there if you want to get a quicker look of what we're doing and what we have planned for the future. Make sure you guys, as always, subscribe to us here and like and comment. We really appreciate it, guys. Thank you.